Hey everybody, Logan here. And today, I'm sure you expect me to talk about some Star Wars news, but no, we're talking about Xbox stuff. You know why? I thought I was done with this, but it looks like it's now worse than before. And Phil Spencer's really on damage control. And the reason I say it's worse than before, well, I was looking for a specific article to get my point across. I read a couple of them and I was like, all right, let me find the exact one. And I started looking, and then lo and behold, well, let me just show you. All right, so here we go. It's pure Xbox. What better place to go, right? Phil Spencer says Xbox needs to improve its development process. Xbox boss insists Microsoft will deliver a packed schedule of releases. Redfall dev says the team is continuing to improve the Xbox title. Xbox's Phil Spencer, I'm upset with myself over Redfall launch. Xbox announces extended showcase 2023 featuring in-depth interviews and more. Microsoft says to expect new surprises and first looks from Xbox Game Showcase. And then here we go. Xbox Phil Spencer, I'm upset with myself. And if you keep going, it's just all the articles are Phil Spencer doing damage control. Redfall's utter garbage. I've downloaded it, yes, but I haven't even been able to play it without a million other videos and articles and stuff popping up, just destroying this game. I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. It's poor man's Back for Blood. Yes, not even Left 4 Dead. Back for Blood, the inferior spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. And this is just a piss poor version of that with some looter shooter, added some Borderlands into it, and it's just, I downloaded and I'm like, am I really going to play this? I can't get anybody to play. None of the guys who have it, because everybody I know has Game Pass, and they're like, nah, I pass. I'm like, all right, I know the game's utter garbage by yourself, but there is some fun to be had with a group of friends. I can't get anybody to play. No one wants to play. So that tells you something right there. And then Phil Spencer talks about, we're going to briefly go over a couple of these articles. Phil Spencer says Xbox needs to improve its development process. You think? I think we need to improve on engaging in games that are midway through production. I'm just going to read the quotes. Quote, there's games that are in development when we acquire a studio. And there's things that are either really early in development or not even conceived yet. And I think we need to improve on engaging in games that are midway through production when they become part of Xbox. End quote. Quote, I do think there's a different expectation for a game, even a team, when you've been third party and all of a sudden you become part of first party. There's a different expectation in terms of how you're going to perform on your console. I think there's a different competitive set when people look at what this game is and other games that they're going to say, hey, I want this game to feel as competitive as the other games on another console platform, in our case, end quote. So all these articles, like, it's just him doing so much damage control for their first major first party release, and it's just a disaster. This thing is a unmitigated disaster. It's really sad that Microsoft can't get it right. You know, we all thought with the release of the Xbox Series X and S that they had fixed the issues that they were having with the Xbox One. They had gained some good graces back with the fan base with a more powerful console and the promise of all these new games. And then the acquisition of Bethesda with ZeniMax and all that. People are like, all right, we're going to get some good stuff. Lo and behold, we get nothing. And then what we do get is trash. I'm not going to mention that I used to work for Microsoft, because if I did, I'd sound like a broken record. But it's funny how things, the more they change, the more they stay the same. There was a bunch of empty promises coming from Microsoft, even back in the day, and I was one of those, I'll go as far as saying I was a Microsoft mark that went, I'm defending them, though, because during the 360 era, they had some bangers. They really did. When we got Fable 2, we got Gears of War, Fable 3, and then I'm sorry, I like Perfect Dark. We had Halo Reach, Halo 3, Halo, Halo Wars. There you go. Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsports. They were all great games. There were so many good games to come out that were Xbox exclusive big hitters. Crackdown 2. Some people say that's debatable, but I love those games. There's that was the era of Microsoft actually making good on their promises. And then the Xbox One came out, and that was just a debacle on launch, which really hindered a lot of their momentum. But with that being said, it looked like they were fixing it with the Xbox Series consoles. And now that you have great hardware with nothing holding you back, the corporate side, the guys who don't know their butt from a hole in the ground when it comes to video games are the ones acquiring these studios, not knowing what they're doing. These games are coming out, 50% complete when they release. And then the ones that are coming out, it's few and far between. And then all these promises of these big new games, such as Perfect Dark and a Fable reboot, they're just gone to the way of a whisper in the wind, more like a fart in the wind. It's terrible. I mean, and then look what we did get with Halo Infinite. It was just a disaster. Redfall, another disaster. I mean, Forza Horizon. Okay, we got a Forza Horizon 5. That's pretty good, but that was a holdover. And, Forza Horizon 4, but again, they brought it over from Xbox One. And are we really going to talk about the delay of Forza Motorsport, which is Forza 8? So a lot of their big franchises, and look at Gears. Look at Gears. Where's that? I covered that. Because Gears 5 was just a whole big bucket of meh. And what are they going to do with 6? As you can see, I'm really passionate about this because I used to be a big Xbox guy. If you guys have been following the channel for quite some time, you notice how I've changed and how my thoughts and opinions of Microsoft have changed over the years because of really bad business decisions. We're not even going to get into the morals and the ethics of the company because they're just terrible. I mean, what they decide to back is just horrendous. It's like, we're going to alienate all of our actual customers, but we're going to, pander to a small audience that doesn't buy our games anyway. So how about you just shut up, put pen to paper, get these games done, make these people work correctly. Not saying that they aren't, you're just probably pushing them to get games out before they're ready. And then the guys behind these computers making these games end up looking like garbage because they're probably much more skilled than what they are, but you're forcing them to put out crap or turning them into liars. But hey, again, I could go on forever talking about this because it's a bunch of lies, empty promises, and BS coming out of Microsoft. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Again, I used to be the biggest Microsoft mark, and no longer am I. all because of stuff like this. You can't defend a company when they say, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to give you these games, and they deliver on nothing. And once they do deliver, it's garbage. Okay, I think I'm done with this one. You guys seen where today's video went. Xbox really needs to get their stuff together. Just gonna watch my language there because I'm a little angry. Let's just put it that way. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again, and may the 4th be with you. Ha! Little Star Wars day in there.